What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about the cucumbers, how to prune them back, and when to know how to take them completely out, when to prune them the right way, and whenever you see that there's just no more production and you know it's time to take them out of the ground, out of the container, raised bed, whatever you're growing them in, so that you can replant in that same spot to continue getting a harvest off of something else. If you watched any of the previous videos, you would have seen the 4 transplants that I put in the ground. I'll show you those in a little while, how they're doing, and take a look at the pumpkins that are doing just absolutely beautiful. We had some rain yesterday, so they are really looking nice. But before we get over there, let's get in here and take some of these vines out. Now, the first one that I'm going to do is this one right here. Now, I've got it stretched over here so I can show you where it came from and what is coming off of it. So this vine actually has a sucker that came off of it, which is this guy right here. Now, whenever this sucker came out, it wanted to keep producing. As you can see, it tried to form a couple of cucumbers here. They just didn't take. I think it's just too diseased over. This vine is an original plant that I put in the box. Let me find it again here. It is this one right here. So this vine comes right here. Maybe a little hard to see, but it goes all the way back over. And if I can get this to focus, right there, if you could see down below, that bigger vine in the very corner of the box is where it's going back to. Now we need to go ahead and get rid of that. But I just wanted to show you, if you don't prune your cucumber vines, this is what you will get coming off of it. This was a sucker that a lot of people like to call them, but it's just another production vine. It'll continue to grow out and produce more cucumbers for you. All right, so before I took that all the way back out and down to the roots, which I'll show you right here, the vine here in my hand is what was coming over the trellis here, and it is this one here. So after I was looking at it, I'm just going to take it back to here. I'm going to show you why. If I follow this small vine that came off of there, which, like I said, is another production vine. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but it's this one here. See where it's pulling over there. Now this one here has got a nice looking cucumber. I think it might go to ripen. And that's one thing you just got to watch out for, is how far around do these vines really go? How do they look? See that nice green color here? I'm going to leave that. That might give us some more cucumbers. Already has one here, so there's a chance that it can come on out, keep growing, and give us some more. So I will just toss that over to the side for now. And what I want to do is I want to take this vine that I pulled from across the trellis, and I'm going to snip it right after this vine here that's going over the top. And we'll just take that out. Now I'm going to go ahead and look for some more of these vines that are diseased over. Like I think the last video, I was telling you, these vines that are growing over here, how green these leaves are, I'm going to leave them. I'm not going to cut any of those vines off. Now, if they have a sucker or another production vine growing off of them that doesn't look that great, yes, I will cut it out. But right now I'm going to go ahead and get in here, get some of this stuff out, because I'm seeing a lot of dead space, a lot of stuff that's not producing, not giving us any more cucumbers. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Now, just to give you a kind of an idea of how I'm doing this, what I've been doing here, you can see I've made a pretty good sized dent in this thing. So I'm coming out and I'm looking for vines that look like this, how dry they look and almost diseased. And what I'm going to do is I'll I'll take and see where, if it comes back to a fork like this here, I'll just keep following it out. And then finally you get to, you know, almost the end of that vine, which, as you can see, goes all the way up there, and I can see a baby cucumber up there at the top. So just gonna keep taking a look at that. Now this one here, I'm just gonna lay it to the side for now. I'll come back to this fork, follow it out, take a look at the leaves on it. They don't look terrible, but what's bothering me is the way that this has formed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this vine here. I'll give it a few more days, see if this cucumber here actually wants to try to grow into something. And so the flowers are looking good. Leaves are still not terribly bad with disease, so I'll just keep that one here. But this other one here at the fork, I will see how it looks. So it's actually coming. It's right there in my hand. It goes up here. It's this one here. What does it look like on the end? All right, so it curves back down, and here's the end. And I'm going to leave it too, just to keep an eye on it for the next few days, see how it looks, because like I said, there's actually one formed right here. So we'll give that cucumber a chance to grow, see how it does. If it doesn't turn into anything, then I'll completely take this entire vine out, because if you look, let's see here, that would have been another vine, so I'm going to clip that off right here. And then this goes back, and that is a main vine. And let me try to get you in here. So right there, coming off of there, right here, is another vine going to the other side of the trellis area. And we'll get over there in a minute and take a look at the other end of it, see how it looks. Now guys, you can see the destruction that I have done to this thing, but it was needed. You can see just by really looking at the leaves and the vines, how much disease they have gotten from them. A lot of it is probably due to the heat, lack of fertilization. I rarely fertilize these, and you have seen over the videos just how much cucumbers they have given us. So I'm going to stop for today on this and just kind of keep an eye on everything. These vines that are right here across the trellis are some that came from over here, so that's going to give me a better way to look at everything. And I've got some here on the ground still. I'll drape them back over, that way they're off the ground for the next few days, and just keep looking at everything so that I got an idea of how much further back to cut these things. And also, just so you know, I'm cutting these out too. If I leave this vine like I did, if I see another sucker try to come out here, I'm cutting it off. There's another one here. I don't want any more energy trying to go into those little vines. Also right here in the corner was looking pretty decent, so I left everything here on this back side. I'm noticing several cucumbers that are still trying to come in. I've got a fairly large one. I don't know if I can remember where I saw it. But a lot of them, they're just really starting to turn and look like this one here, which isn't terrible. They're still really delicious. We eat them almost every day. Then you have some that are still growing in straight, like this one here. So I'm really happy with these. But just to wrap up, that's how I've been pruning these, just to try to keep production going here until the other 4 plants that I put in the ground make it up. And they're getting there. They are, I believe they're 30 to 60 day harvest date on these. So a lot of good color and growth is coming up here. That is the 2 that I put right here in the front. Coming a little further back, And just look at this one here. Really starting to shine. And his baby brother right here, looking nice. And I told you I'd show you the pumpkin plant, which is this one here. Really looking good. I've never grown pumpkins before, so first time to grow this plant and see what we can get. I'll get a little closer here so you can see just what's growing off of it, and hopefully these turn into some really nice pumpkins for us. And tomatoes, cannot complain one bit about what we're getting from here. I've had to pull out a few worms, or caterpillars I should say, that have just been, you know, foraging around here looking for some leaves to eat. But yeah, every time I come out water and just inspect everything, because these plants are huge. They are really getting up there. I don't know how much longer I'm going to let them keep getting as tall as they are. Then I just might let them grow until, you know, they decide they don't want to grow any further. But I do have some more trellis work to put up here on the end. We had some rain and wind yesterday, so it's kind of got these sagging a bit here. But I'll put in another post about a foot off of that one here, and then I'll just run string all the way over to this one. And I've got one more post here that I will string up for the rest of the tomatoes. Well, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks for you all for watching the video. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And I will see you in the next video.